Welcome back to Love Your Food. This week we have a great recipe for you. This is our recipe for a very simple chimichurri. Now this is a sauce that generally goes with roasted meat. It comes from South America, mostly from Argentina. We're doing the green version here, and it's just dead simple and absolutely delicious. It goes really, really well with grilled or roasted beef. And we'll start with some ingredients. It's very simple. We've got parsley and cilantro. We're going to add a little bit of garlic as well, some lime juice, and just for consistency, we have some really, really nice olive oil. Now you can use the flavor oil of your choice. If you prefer grapeseed oil or something like that, you can use that. So here we have our garlic. We're just going to give that a quick peel. So here we have Chef Caleb. He's just going to cut the ends off and dispose of the root part. They don't need to be in great shape by the time they're done because this is all going in the food processor. Now, the raw garlic does give it a very sort of sharp flavor. You could use roasted garlic if you want a much more round, sweet flavor, but we prefer that, just that little bite of sharp, fresh garlic. So now we're going to get all of our greens into our food processor, and it looks like there's more than really fits, but don't worry, it will reduce quite a lot. So what we showed you on the board in the ingredients list, now of course all the amounts are going to be in the description below as usual. But that was only part of what we have for this recipe. If you're using a smaller food processor or like one of those mini little blender things, you may want to have this recipe instead of using the whole thing. We are definitely going to stuff this food processor absolutely full of greens. So the garlic went in on the bottom, and here comes all the rest of the greens. We're just going to fill this up, and we're going to add a dash of salt as well at the beginning here. So here's Chef Caleb with the salt. And we're just going to get the lime juice ready, because as we start blending this, we're going to start adding our liquids. So Chef Caleb's just going to cut through the cells of that lime a little bit to get a little bit of extra juice out. And don't worry if you get any bits of pulp or anything in this. Again, it's all going into the blender, and we do like that fresh, tart lime flavor in this. It's a very green flavored dish, of course, with all that parsley and cilantro. And that little bit of lime just really kicks it up a little. It's very, very nice. So there we go. Get our food processor plugged in and just start pulsing it. So it's not all going to go at once here. We're going to pulse it a few times just to get it started. And you can see here we're just going to add a little bit of our olive oil as well. Once again, ingredient lists are going to be in the description below. And you can see mostly it's taking the leaves around the bottom. We're going to add our lime juice at this point. And it hasn't really touched the sort of wild nest of stems up on top. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stamp it down a little bit. We're going to push it down. You can see it's already reduced quite a lot just from all of those leaves at the bottom getting blended. And they do tend to pop up a little bit. At some point, they will start to catch on the blades, and they will all just get pulled down and blended together. It may take a few tries. It may take a couple of iterations of just bumping them down a little bit. And eventually, you get this. So we're just going to scrape down the sides here. Now, certainly I recommend tasting it. If it needs a little bit of salt, if it needs a little bit more lime juice, anything like that, feel free to adjust at this time. If it's a little too dry, a little bit of olive oil at that point would be great. And really, it should be about as thick as you want it for your uses. There's not really a single way to do this. Everyone's got their own sort of way they prefer their chimichurri. We like it fairly thick. We do use quite a bit of olive oil, and it ends up sort of like this. This is just about perfect for us. Now, if you want that a little looser, you can add a little bit more olive oil. a little bit more lime juice. And again, you do want to certainly give it a taste. Make sure that, there you go, we're just going to have a little taste of that. Confirm that everything's as we like it. You can adjust the seasoning at this point. Just give everything a stir, and that's it. It's very, very simple. As I said, this goes with any kind of roasted meat is amazing. Beef or lamb, fantastic. Even poultry, roasted chicken, anything like that, it is fantastic. Really nice bright green flavor, a little bit of tartness from the lime, and that fresh garlic gives it a little bit of a bite. If you like this recipe, please do like and subscribe. And if there's any recipes you'd like to see Chef Caleb try on the channel, please let us know in the comments below. And remember to love your food.